Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am the Inconsequential Runner, and we're joined here again today with with Coach Mark. Hello, Coach Mark. Welcome.
Yeah, hi Darcy. Good to see you again.
Hey, it's been a
Been a
little
little
while
while.
since we've
Yeah,
done these
it's
videos, so yeah, really looking forward to this. So, for those new to the channel, Coach Mark and I catch up every so often. You've heard me trip over my tongue already. We do these videos all in one shot, no editing. So the mistakes I make, you hear. But anyway, these videos are all done in one shot. We catch up with Coach Mark and we put one subject to Coach Mark. So they are short and sharp videos covering something that's going to help make running easier and better for you. And what we've got, I'll throw to you, Coach Mark, before I say too much. What we've got on the board for today is the mental benefits of easy runs and training programs. And when I first started running, and this is like, you could almost say decades ago, there was no such thing as easy runs. I feel like, or maybe I'm late in discovering this, almost that 80-20 rule, where you spend 80% of your runs doing easy runs, 20% a little bit more intense. When I was a young pup, everything was intense. So I'm so pleased that I've sort of stumbled across easy runs. But what you're going to talk about is the mental benefits of easy runs. So, yeah, as I say, Coach Mark, some of us that are a little bit more old school probably have trouble getting our head around it and understanding the mental benefits of easy runs. So, Coach Mark, what do you want to share with us about the mental benefits of easy runs?
yeah. I actually guess, funny enough, I've actually just been for an easy run, so I'm speaking from experience. We all know that to actually improve in running, you've got to push yourself a bit. You put yourself out of your comfort zone so that you adapt and get fitter, stronger, faster. Uh, but of course, I mean, we've both talked about the benefits of easy runs, physical benefits in the past, how it's important to balance these hard runs with something easy so that we recover and adapt. So it gives our body a chance to adapt rather than just keep pummeling it all the time. But what often isn't talked about is the mental benefits of easy running. And I mean, they're absolutely wonderful. An easy run is so cathartic and so can be so restorative, and sometimes as well. An easy run doesn't even have to be scheduled, if you see what I mean. So, um, you know, every run should have a purpose, but sometimes, you know, we might just go out for a run and think, you know, today, well, the purpose really is just to enjoy it. Enjoyment's the purpose, without any real kind of focusing on trying to work this element of my fitness or my strength or whatever. I talk about you look at you know your normal training as exercising your heart. These are the occasional run that actually are for your head, so they're a mental benefit, and they help you just unwind, reset, and come back good the next day. I'm sure you've had a few of these sort of runs, have you, Darcy?
Yeah, look, I have, and the way I define them um, is when I was prepared to not stop my watch at traffic lights, or when there
Yep.
was a moment I saw a street and I was like, I've never been up that street. Let's go. And I never
Yep.
planned to. Or there was something going on that I wanted to stop and watch. Maybe it was, I was running past the ground and there was a cricket match on, and I just thought, oh, I'll just stop and watch a couple of balls or something like that.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt the ability that, or I forgave myself to stop and do those things and explore or keep the stopwatch going. That for me was my definition of I'm actually really doing an easy run. I think the sort of run that you've defined, where if you're worried about stopping your watch and stuff like that, you're not really in that mental state of you're just running for the joy of running
Mm.
and you're just exploring. If you're still doing those things, like you're worried about your pace, your average pace, so you stop your watch, it feels like you're still part of something a little bit too structured to be an easy run. I don't know. What are your thoughts around that? That's when I sort of thought, no, I'm really clicking to this easy run and the mental benefits when I was prepared to explore, when I didn't worry about stopping my watch, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Exactly it. It's just really giving you a bit of a break from the grind, if you call it that,
Yeah.
of training. Sometimes an easy run can be structured. You know, you say, no, this one is a particular easy run, and you might do something like you might do some gentle strides in it. You might be. We talked in the past again about focusing on your technique when you're running easy as well, so that
Yep.
you know that shouldn't go by the wayside. But this is a bit of an exception to that. Where you just literally go out and as you say, sightseeing is a good way to put it, actually. When you're really fit as well, a run like that is akin to someone going for a wander, you know, go for a walk.
Yep.
When you're pretty fit, takes nothing out of it. As you say, you go and watch a bit of a cricket match. You know, oh, I haven't been up this street before. Where does that go? It's about being in the moment, is a way to put it. And you often hear the word mindfulness. Where you're running, looking at nature, you think, you know, how many different birds can I see on this run? That sort of thing.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, a great way to do this is running with someone else, and you're just chatting. So that takes care of all that, isn't it? You're just chatting away as if you're sitting in a cafe, but you're actually running. But if you're by yourself, all those little techniques of sights and smells and sounds, and often it's amazing when you do that. You can have a running route which you've done regularly, but you never really you see it from a new perspective. You've never really appreciated or noticed things as much because you're focusing on your running, of course, which you know, for the bulk of your time, that is important. That's why you're out there. Time is
Yep.
precious. You're training, but these little runs as well, I mean, they're so valuable. Of course, you're still getting aerobic benefit, but you're getting that huge mental relief and benefit as well. And running's all about training and improvement. It's all about being able to accumulate consistent weeks. So motivation comes and goes all during
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
little times, little gold nuggets within that, and allow you to keep running. Remember why you're running, because obviously we're all running because we enjoy it. Unless you're one of the top guys in the world who's got an ASIC sponsorship or something,
Yeah. All right.
and then
All right.
you know, then
Perfect.
you got other things. You can make a living out of it, but we're essentially doing it for enjoyment, and so that achieves that. It also enables us to keep going, running, get through another week, and you know, and your running improves anyway.
I've made some notes on some questions I've got now. So quick fire
All
questions
right.
that have come out of what you've said. So the first one is, so can a run, easy run be too easy? Too easy
Yeah.
meaning you get no benefit from it. Or are you saying
No.
generally, look, if you're running, don't worry about that for your mental easy runs, you're just gonna get a
Yeah.
benefit. So is there a chance it might be too easy? Or
Yeah.
is it a case of don't worry about it? It'll be good, just do it.
Yeah, no, I don't think a run can be too easy, really. If all your easy runs were very, very, very easy, then yes. But we're talking here about just occasionally.
Yeah,
As
and
long
that
as
was going
long
to
as,
be my second
as long as you're
question.
running naturally as well, I think is the
Yeah,
thing. I mean, we all settle into our natural pace anyway. If we're just running freely, the pace takes care of itself.
yeah,
It's almost harder. It's almost harder effort run deliberately slowly, slower than we used to. That's almost harder in a way than just running as we feel.
So how many of these super easy runs should we build into, say, a week or a month? Or is it more by feel? If you need a couple in a row, do a couple in a row. Or should you just have one a week maybe, or just think one a week and just have it in as an active recovery sort of run, but you're just taking all the pressure off? Or in terms of frequency, what should drive us determining?
I would very much go on how you feel. I mean, if you're running to a program, you'd have easy days scheduled into that. So that gives you that license. So you can either run the easy run with a bit more purpose, or you can run it as I suggested. So it's really very much how you feel, and either one is good. You'll know when you go out to run. You go, I'm just going to look at the trees today. Or whatever. And other days might be a little bit more structure to it. But either way, it's an easy day. So yeah, I think if you actually scheduled it in, it would then become a bit would kind of lose a bit of its magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So keep it up your sleeve as a go-to.
But you see, anything where you're running, anything where you're moving quicker than walking, it gives you aerobic benefit. That's something Lydiard used to say. People would talk to him about junk mileage, and he said, "No, that's a load of rubbish, because anything you're doing that's quicker than walking around is going to give you aerobic benefit."
Perfect. I was going to ask you about junk miles. And look, the last thing I'd offer is, sometimes if I feel like I need to go for an hour easy run, or not need to, but I want to, what makes it even easier is sometimes I find something like a podcast that I want to listen to that's about an hour long, or maybe even an hour and a half, and I just have that going, and just having that one thing as opposed to a number of different or short videos or podcasts or something, having one long one I can get into, that just takes care of the whole time component for me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of, you could almost summarize everything that we talked about you're running, but you're taking your mind off the active running. You're not focusing on the active running. You're running, but you're focusing on, you're listening to a podcast, you're chatting to someone, you're looking at things, sites, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect, Coach Mark. For our next video, we're going to be talking about, should everyone be doing some speed training? And I know that's a really good one, so we'll cover that off in the next video, because 90% of people run but don't race. 90%, I just made that figure up, but I think that must be around about accurate. So that's where the speed training question comes in. So we're going to be answering that for that 90% of people. In the meantime, for those that have been watching and made it to the end, thank you so much. You know what to do. If you want to stay in the loop for the next video, hit subscribe so you get notified for it. Subscribing, of course, is free, and you can unsubscribe at any time. It's a good option. Hit like. If you have any questions or anything you want Coach Mark to cover in an upcoming video, throw it in the comments. Pretty much everything someone's thrown in the comments have become an upcoming video. So you've got a high degree of certainty, whatever you put in the comments, we will do something on. And if you want to get in touch with Coach Mark directly, bit of a plug for you, Coach Mark. Coach Mark's contact details are in the show notes just below the video. Hit the drop down box, and maybe I'll put his details, actually, as I think of this now, in the comments as well. So have a look in the comments as you're about to make your own comment, and you'll see Coach Mark's details in there. That is it. Let's catch up in a short time and go through that question. Should everyone do some speed training? Coach Mark, thank you very much. Catch you in the next one.